Hello everyone, good afternoon. So how are you all? So yes, welcome back here. And today again we are going to have the session on CHSL, CPO, then we have MTS, all those examinations including Steno as well. And yes, all these questions will be those which were previously asked. And without any delay, we are starting with the first question. Now what's the first question of the day? The first question is going to be identify the metal which is non-toxic in nature. So let's see who would be the first one to answer this. Yes, so we have four options here and this question is from CHSL 2010. So Gobinath is here. Hello Gobinath, good morning. Oh, I guess it's raining over there. Gobinath, you are from which particular location? I guess you are from Southern India part, na? From Tamil Nadu, I guess. HR is from Tamil Nadu and you were both conversating that day. So Abhijit is also here. Hello Abhijit, good morning. How are you? Okay, so my question is, which of the following metal is non-toxic in nature? And Gobinath has given the answer, so it would be chromium. But Gobinath, let me tell you, it is that particular element, where today we were talking about ductility and malleability. And what was the best example for that? The best example for that was gold, right? So here, if I'll talk about this particular part, so here gold is going to be the correct answer. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be gold. So Abhijit, Gobinath, Akhileshwar, great. So yes, totally correct. Let's move forward to the next question now. If I'll talk about the next question, we have stainless steel is an alloy of dash. Now this question is asked from FCI. This question was asked in 2012 in FCI. What is the correct answer over here? So yes, what would be the correct answer here? Question is stainless steel is an alloy of what? Now if I'll talk about alloy, this means we are talking about what? We are talking about mixture of different elements, right? So yes, if I'll talk about stainless steel, we had a trick over here. Now do you remember that trick? The trick was, if I'll talk about these stainless steels, they never rust. There is no rusting problem. They will never rust. So now I gave you the trick. What was the trick? I'll tell that. But before that, Madhana has given answer, so it would be B. Then Vikram is going with C. Others? Abhijit is also going with C. Then Gobinath, your answer is C already. You have given. Okay, fine. So I guess everyone has given the answer. No, Akhileshwar is still left. Akhileshwar, I want your answer as well. Then I'll move forward. Or till the time Akhileshwar is answering this, let me tell you. Stainless steel is made in such a manner that it never rusts. And since it is never rusting, hello Akhileshwar. Okay, so we have Akhileshwar also here. When I'm talking about the stainless steel, it is never rusting. Now, where we can use it? We are using it in the utensils. Where you can talk about your glasses, you can talk about your plates, you can talk about your spoon. They never rust. So I've told you that trick. We don't have any tension regarding that. In Hindi, we say that fikar nahi hai koi. What was that? Remember that trick? We don't have any tension. Fikar nahi hai koi. What is that? हमें कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है कि वहां पे जंग लग जाएगी. That is, there is no tension. फिकर नहीं है कोई. Now this is the trick. See, Fe, iron, Kar, chromium, Ni, nickel, and C, carbon. So if I'll go with these options, so chromium and carbon, it's correct. But let's move forward with the next question. Chromium and iron, it is also correct. But if I'll go with the best answer, what will be that? That would be chromium, carbon, and iron. And that's why we will say that option number C is correct. Got my point? So all these tricks are very, very important. Okay. So yes, option number C is correct over here. Next, we have the iron ore which contains 72% of iron. Which is that particular ore? So we have four options here. Let's see who will answer this. And yes, this question is again from FCI and this question was asked in 2012. So answer please. Answer please. Akhileshwar, Abhijit, Vikram, Madhana. Iron ore contains 72% of the iron. That's true. But which particular ore? If I talk about the ores of iron, acha, Vikram, Gobinath, Abhijit, Akhileshwar, all of you are going with hematite. Madhana is also with hematite, Abhijit, okay. So all of you are going with hematite. Now let me tell you. See, if I talk about this iron ore, obviously the first thing that comes into our mind is hematite, right? First thing that comes into our mind is hematite. But the thing is that hematite is not only the ore of iron. There are several other ores as well. For example, if I'll talk about this magnetite, limonite, hematite, siderite, all these are the ores of iron. But since they are asking about the question in which 72% of iron is present, so in this case, let us know about this part. All these are the ores of iron. I'll write here. All of them are ore of iron. Okay. And apart from that, there is several percentage. For example, if I'll go with this magnetite, it is containing 72% of the iron. I have mentioned all those parts. Let's have a look. So, Acha, it was your previous answer. Okay. So, Vikram, your answer is totally correct. Great. So, yes, what I was saying here, if I talk about magnetite, it is consisting of 72% of the iron. If I talk about hematite, it is containing 70% of the iron, that is 60 to 70%. If I'll go with this limonite, it is containing 55 to 66% and siderite 48%. So yes, yeah. So if I'll go with the sequence order, so I'll write here. First one is magnetite, then it will be hematite, then it will be limonite, and then it would be siderite, right? So this is the sequence order. We must remember that. Okay then, let's move forward. But before this, before moving forward, have you received this point? Please remember again what I'm saying. Just after looking iron ore, don't just click the correct answer. Why? Because it may go wrong as it happened in this case. Please remember, all these are the iron ores. What are ores? We know that ores are the ones from which those elements are extracted. For example, if I talk here, this metal, that is iron, is extracted. Now, if it is FeCO3, if it is whatever it is, if there is iron, we are taking out that particular iron from that part. So yes, all these four options were the iron ores. And the most important thing is 72% is present here in magnetite. Next, total number of inner transition elements are dash. So we have four options here. Now, this question is from CGL part actually, but since it can be asked, so I have kept it here. Let's see who can answer this. The number of inner transition elements. So what is that number? Then I'll explain what are these particular elements. Answer please. Vikram, Madhana, Abhijit, Akleshwar. Can you answer this part? I guess I'm getting your comments quite late. Question is total number of inner transition elements. So if I'll talk about its number, it may be 16, 28, 32 or 33. What is the correct answer here? So Gobinath is the first one to answer this, and Gobinath is saying, sir, it would be 32. Abhijit is saying, sir, it would be 28. Okay. Then others. Akleshwar is going with 16. Cool. Then Vikram is going with 28. So we have four options here. Okay. So it is 16, 28, 32. No, one option that is left is 33. So no one is going with 33. Madhana, what's your answer? Madhana is left for answering this, right? So okay. So here, if I'll go with this part, first of all, we must know about inner transition elements. What are they? Inner transition elements are those elements where we can talk about those lanthanides and actinides, right? 14 and 14. So here, 28 is going to be correct answer. Please remember the correct answer would be 28. And yes, there was a trick which we discussed in periodic table. That was लाख सोचा पर न थी प्रेम की सीमा यूं गधे ने तब ड्राई क्लीन होकर तुम्हें लव यू कहा. So that was actually the trick. If I'll go with that periodic table, I forgot to bring periodic table today, but yes, I'll tell you. If I'll make that particular periodic table, we remember there's a LA and AC series. Remember, lanthanide and actinide series. And in this particular part, we have those particular 28 elements all together. So yes, please remember they are inner transition elements. Okay, let's move forward now. Here 28 was the correct answer. Next, which of the following bonds is the weakest in nature? So we have single bond, double bond, triple bond, or hydrogen bond. Which one will be the weakest bond? So single bond, double bond, triple bond, or the hydrogen bond. Which one is going to be the weakest one? So from here, I'll keep one more question from the physics part. But before this, I want this answer. I'll be taking total 4 questions. As now we are doing postmortem of the questions. From the question itself, we are taking out more questions. So Gobinath is the first one to answer this. Gobinath is saying, sir, it would be single bond. Okay. Madhana is also going with A. Akhileshwar is going with hydrogen bond. Okay, so the option is changed. So we have two answers which are coming here. One is A, one is D. So there's a tough competition. Gobinath and Madhana are in one team. Akhileshwar and Abhijit are in one team. Let's see who wins this. So yeah. So if I talk about this weakest bond, please remember the bond which is weakest in nature is hydrogen bond. Okay, Madhana and Akhileshwar, please, sorry, Madhana and Gobinath, please do not forget the weakest bond is hydrogen bond. But if someone asks you about the strongest bond, so the strongest bond would be this one. Here, it would be the strongest one. And yes, hydrogen bond will be the weakest one. In the similar manner, when we were talking about fundamental forces, remember, in the examination that is asked, I was talking about it in the physics part. If I talk about these fundamental forces, so there are several forces. If I talk about those fundamental forces, we have electrostatic force, we have then gravitational force, we have nuclear force. So if someone asks us, so which one is the weakest fundamental force? So can you tell me the weakest fundamental force? Let's see who remembers that. Weakest first, then I'll talk about strongest. Which is the weakest fundamental force? So answer please. Vikram, Madhana, Gobinath, Akhileshwar. And it's good that you are answering here, na? I assure you, Madhana, Gobinath, this question was wrong here, na? But now this will actually strike in your mind. Whenever you will take this answer, you will get to know, okay, I was wrong there, but this time I'm correct. So yes, similarly, please answer this part. Fundamental forces, very good. So Vikram is the first one to, Vikram is the first one to answer this. Madhana is talking about van der Waals forces. Vikram is saying that it would be weakest. Abhijit, Gobinath, Akhileshwar, your answers are pending. Waiting, still waiting. So if you want, I can give those options as well. So I'll give you the options. The first one is gravitational. Second, we'll talk about nuclear forces. Then we can talk about electrostatic forces. And fourth option, I'll say none of the above. Let's see who can give this answer now. So we have only these forces. So Akhileshwar is going with gravity. Vikram is saying, sir, weakest, that is gravitational. That's true. See, if I'll talk about these options, please remember, weakest force is actually your gravitational force, right? But this one, strongest one, is important because 2 points are here which are asked in the examination. Nuclear force is the strongest force. Nuclear force will be the strongest, but the thing is that the nuclear force is actually short ranged. It is short ranged. And if I talk more about this gravitational force, it acts on all those bodies. Yeah, Madhana, totally correct. Very good. So yes, if I talk about this gravitational force, it acts on all the bodies which are present here, whether it is this pen, whether it is this watch, whatever it is. If it has mass, this gravitational force will be acting on it. So very good. Gravitational force is the weakest force and nuclear force is the strongest force, which is short ranged. Okay. Next question we have now. What is the name of acid in grapes? What is the name of acid which is present in grapes? Let's see who can answer this part. Acid which is present in grapes. Answer please. Can you give the answer? Name the acid which is present in grapes. Is it lactic acid, formic, acetic or tartaric? So Madhana is the first one to answer this. Very good, Madhana. Then Abhijit is the second one to answer this. Gobinath is with D. Akhileshwar is with tartaric, that is D. Vikramaditya is saying C. Okay. Now, everyone, please try to understand this part. If I talk about these grapes, or I can even talk about tamarind, those who are from Hindi medium or those who are from whose mother tongue is Hindi, they can understand. If I'll talk about this tamarind, that is known as imli. Grapes, obviously the angur. But here, if I'm going with these options, 4 of these options, so tartaric acid is going to be the correct one. Tartaric acid is the acid which is present in grapes also, tamarind also. Now, very good. Abhijit saying some milk will be lactic. True. If I talk about this acetic acid, so here you can talk about sirka. You know that sirka where we talk about vinegar. So I'll write here. When I talk about vinegar or sirka, we use it in making pickles. Now talk about formic acid. If I talk about formic acid, from this word formic, we can understand we are talking about a word that is farm. So we'll talk about farm. In farm, what all things we get? We get their ant, we have honeybees. So yes, from this word farm, you can relate, this is actually a trick. You can relate that red ants and honeybees. Red ants and honeybees are actually having this formic acid. Now if I talk about this lactic acid, So from lactic acid, there are several questions which can be made. Yes, that's true, Abhijit. If I'll talk about this lactic acid, so there's a bacteria that is known as lactobacillus. So this lactobacillus is the bacteria which is helping in the conversion from milk to curd. Remember that part? So yes, in milk you will be getting this lactic acid. So all these questions are important. So Vikram, Abhijit, totally correct. So Vikram has already sent us, this is the answer. Okay, great. So let's move forward here. So for grapes, the answer would be tartaric acid. That is option number D. Next, oil of vitriol is the common name for which of the following? Now this question is from CPO 2017. What is the correct answer here? Yeah, that's true. Malic acid is present in apples. Totally correct. So my question is, oil of vitriol is present where? Oil of vitriol. Oil of vitriol is actually the common name of something. So what's that? So Abhijit is the first one to answer this. Very good. Then Akhleshwar is the second one to answer this. Gobinath, third one. Then Madana is the fourth one to answer this. And all of them are going with option D. Is there anyone else left? Vikram is left, right? Vikram, your answer please. Your answer is pending. Yeah. So all of you have given answer D. That's true. Correct answer is sulfuric acid. And it's good. But if you are copying anyone's answer, please do not copy, right? See, if you will be wrong here, I am again and again repeating the same word. If you will be wrong here, it's for sure. After getting the correct answer, you will be correct in the mini examination. So don't copy answer of each other. No issues. If it would be wrong, then it's okay. Totally okay. So yes, you all were correct. If I'll talk about oil of vitriol, it is the common name for sulfuric acid. Now talking more about the sulfuric acid is also known as king of chemicals. Sulfuric acid is also known as king of chemicals. And where it is used? It is used in many locations, but the question which was asked in CGL, that was what? It is used in lead storage cells. Lead storage cells. Or lead storage batteries you can talk about. Okay. So we have next question now. What is the chemical name for vinegar? I guess this time everyone will be correct and you can give this answer in the super fast manner. Let's see who will answer this in the first go. My question is, what is the chemical name for vinegar? What is the chemical name? And everyone knows about it now. Yes, can you answer this part now? Yeah, I want the answer please. So very good. Vijit is the first one to answer this in the first go. Then we have Akhleshwar, we have Vikramaditya, Madhana, Gobinath. All of you are going with option A and that's totally correct. That is what? That is CH3COOH. Very good. If I talk about vinegar, that is acetic acid. And where we are using it, I can write here, we are using it in the pickles, right? Okay. So, acha, what if I talk about the citric acid? Where will I get it? So please remember, this is also an important question from the examination. If I talk about the citric acid, this citric acid we'll get where? In lemons. And one more important thing, the fruits which are containing the citric acids, they are helpful in giving you vitamin C. Very, very important for the examination. Please remember, citric acid is actually present in those particular fruits which are rich in, vitamin C. And vitamin C, this particular part is repeatedly asked in the examination, where I can talk about orange also, I can talk about amla as well. So yes, in the examination this is also asked, which is that particular fruit which has maximum vitamin C content? That would be lemon. So yes, lemon would be the correct answer. For lactic acid we have already understood. What? Here you can talk about milk, right? And yes, formic acid we have discussed that it is present in red ants. In the option it may be only ants, but you can go with that. And honeybee. Apart from that, we can also get it in honey bee. So very good. All of you are knowing about that. Yeah, for the detoxification of the body also, we require this vitamin C. And here you can talk about even lemons so that it would be easier. So yes, Abhijit, Vikram, all of you were correct over here. So the correct answer was A, that is acetic acid. Next, before moving forward, let me tell you, there's an exam official application which is one-stop solution for the government job aspirants. First of all, you will be getting live paid courses with the test series. Then we have free subject wise and topic wise quiz with the report card. Then job alert, admit card, all those things at a single platform Apart from that, we'll also get all those current affairs which are even daily, which are on the daily basis, weekly basis, or even the monthly basis. Then how you're going to get it? Just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, click on the open part, just do the registration and start using it. Okay, so we have next question now. Sour taste of Coca-Cola is due to what? Now we have those drinks, especially in those parties. Now we are talking about a normal party, right? I'll not talk about those alcoholic drinks because I am out of that. So, and you should be even out of that. But the important thing is, when we talk about these Coca-Colas, these soft drinks, we can talk about Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever it is. That sour taste is because of what? So there must be some acid, right? So what is that? Is it acetic acid, phosphoric acid, hydrochloric acid, or formic acid? So this is from CPU examination 2006. Arey wow, that's great. So Akileshwar is the first one to answer this, and it would be phosphoric. Gopinath is the second one to answer, so it would be phosphoric. Abhijit is also with B. Madhana is also with B. And I request not to copy anyone's answer. Please give your genuine answers. Okay, so Vikram is also going with B. Cool. You all are correct. You all are correct. Here, please remember, no doubt, there's carbon dioxide, all those things are there. But the main thing is that sour taste of this Coca-Cola is because of this phosphoric acid. No doubt, phosphoric acid may create health issues. So they are using that phosphoric acid in such a manner that you will stay safe and sound. But yes, obviously, if I'll take this soft drinks in a larger quantity, it may create issue. But basically, the sour taste is because of this phosphoric acid, and it is easily available. And yes, it is very, very cheap. So it's cheaper in rate. So we can easily use it. If you want to make your factory also, I'll tell you, it's very cheap, right? So the Coca-Cola that you are drinking of 15 rupees or 12 rupees, whatever it is its cost, it doesn't cost more than 2 rupees, right? So I'll not go in detail with that. Otherwise, there may be several issues. But in short, please remember, here the sour taste of Coca-Cola is because of the presence of phosphoric acid. Okay, let's move forward now. Next question we have. The acid used in lead storage cell is dash. So this is from SSC Tax Assistant 2006. What is the correct answer here? The acid which is used in lead storage cell, is it phosphoric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, or sulfuric acid? What is the correct answer? At this platform now, we must control ourselves to tell all those facts, right? So, okay. Abhijit, I guess you got my point. Okay, so Abhijit is the first one to answer this, and it would be D. Madhana is going with D. Abhijit has already told sir. Gopinath is going with D. Abhijit has also given the formula, that is sulfuric acid H2SO4. Vikram is with D. You all are correct. We have just discussed about it. If I talk about the acid which is present in lead storage cell, that is sulfuric acid, right? Okay, next. Rusting is what? Is it electrolysis process? Is it oxidation? Is it redox reaction, or is it reduction? So what is this? Okay, cool. Okay, Vijit. So yes, this answer please. Rusting is what? Is it electrolysis, oxidation, redox reaction, or reduction? Yes, this one is again the question which was asked in CGL, apart from that MTS as well. But yeah. So I am here, and I am has given answer, so it would be B. Gopinath is with B, Abhijit is with B, Vikram is with B. I am, hello, I am, can you give your name so that I can start talking to you? I guess you are the one, na? Every time sometimes it's R, sometimes it's I am. Actually it's redox. Okay. So Abhijit, you can answer whatever you want. Then I'll explain this part. So the question which was asked in the examination, the answer key that was given, there the correct answer was oxidation. Why? The thing is that when we talk about this rusting, what is it? We have the oxygen's content along with the moisture. That is, we can talk about oxygen and moisture's content, which is now present on the iron part. And yes, what is this rusting? If I talk about the process, that is oxidation. When we talk about oxidation, then here we talk about addition of oxygen, or we can talk about removal of electrons in the similar manner, or donation of electron in the similar manner. That's true, that's true, that's true. So if I'll talk about this reduction part, if I'll go with this reduction, here what is happening? Here addition of hydrogen is there. What is it? Here addition of hydrogen is there. Apart from that, there would be addition, or we can talk about gain of electrons. Here, if I try to compare with these statements, so in oxidation, what is happening? We are gaining oxygen, right? Because of the presence of that oxygen and moisture, only then rusting was taking place. And here what we are saying, addition of oxygen is what? Oxidation. That's why here we say that rusting is actually oxidation. Okay. Now, from here only, there's one more question. As already told you, we are going with 360-degree analysis. So if I talk about this rusting, when this rusting process is going on, there is change in weight. There is change in weight. So my question would be, if I will talk about this iron, so what will be the change in weight? Will it increase? Will it decrease? Will it remain same? So please remember, so see, it's very obvious. I'll just help you out. Just a second. If I talk about this iron, what is going to happen? Here, weight will be gained, right? Do not forget this part. Actually, why I'm talking about this question is from CGL also, CHSL also, even MTS, and just a month before, that is, it was I guess 30th of September, when that BPSC examination was conducted, in that also this question was asked. So please remember, if I'll talk about the process of rusting, here weight is actually increasing. Now, totally correct, Abhijit Gobinath, totally correct. Now, one more thing is there. When I'm talking about this part rusting, weight is increasing. One more thing I want to explain, and that's what, when I'll talk about this rusting process, weight is increasing, no doubt. But when this rusting process is taking place, we are talking about the oxygen and moisture, right? So if you get the oxygen and moisture in the option, apart from moisture, there may be water as well. So it may be water, or it may be the option which may be given in the form of whatever it is, maybe it's formula. So please remember, it may be H2 that is given. So moisture, water, or it's H2, whatever is given, just go with that particular part. That is actually for the rusting process. Okay. So here we have oxidation. Now if I'll talk about this next question, which among the following metal is used for galvanization? We have four options here. For this galvanization process, before your answers, I want to explain, if I want to prevent that rusting process of iron, so what I can do, I can either go for oiling, I can go for greasing, or I can even go for this process, that is galvanization. Now what is it? I'll explain that. Before that, I want answer. So Madana is the first one to answer this, that is A. Akhleshwar is with A, Abhijit is with A, Gobinath is with A, Vikram is with A. All of you are going with option number A, and that's absolutely correct. So what is this galvanization? Galvanization is a process on which we do what? We do zinc coating. What we do? We do zinc coating, and that zinc coating is actually helpful in preventing from rusting, and that's what the correct answer is. That is your zinc, right? Okay, so you all were correct over here. Next question we have, in the treatment of skin disease, the radioactive isotope which is used is what? So this is from SSC Steno. We have four options here. Can you answer this part? Answer please. Answer please. So IM is also with zinc. I was actually waiting for your name. So yes, in the treatment of skin disease, the radioactive isotope which is used is what? So Akhleshwar is going with B, Gobinath is going with B, that is cobalt. Okay. Madana is also going with B, and everyone is requested, do not copy answer of each other. This question is very, very important for your examination. Repeatedly asked. Answer please. So we have 3 answers and all of you are going with B. I am, your answer is pending. Abhijit, your answer is pending. Then Akhileshwar has already given the answer. Who was left? Yeah, I am. Your answer, please. All of you are going with cobalt. See, if I talk about these radioactive isotopes, so if I talk about this phosphorus 36, sorry, phosphorus 32. Here, iodine, if I talk about this iodine, I'll talk about 131, that is iodine 131. If I'll talk about cobalt, I'll talk about cobalt 60. So please remember, when we talk about the treatment of cancer, when I'll talk about the treatment of cancer, I'll use cobalt 60, that is CO60, because we are talking about the radioactive isotopes. So CO60 is used in the treatment of cancer. If I talk about this iodine, if I talk about this iodine part, please remember iodine 131, where it is used. If there's a issue with goiter, remember that part, goiter. If there's a lack of this iodine, there's an issue in the thyroid gland. Now, if I'll talk about this phosphorus, so there may be the issue of skin cancer or even the issue in eye. So, if I'll talk about the skin cancer and all, please remember, if there is any issue regarding skin cancer or in eye, what we do? We use phosphorus 32 over there, that is P32. And here, the correct answer is going to be phosphorus, right? So, what is the correct answer here? The correct answer here is will be phosphorus. I guess all of you got my point. Please remember this part. And cancers are also different types. It's not only if someone says cancer, another person says cancer, it doesn't mean that both of them are having same issue. There may be skin cancer, there may be blood cancer, there may be breast cancer. There are several types of cancer. And in short, let me tell you what is cancer. Only cobalt? No. It may be phosphorus 32 as well, Akhileshwar. It may be iodine 131 as well. So it's not only about that. Fine. So yes, if I talk about those isotopes, actually we have understood what are isotopes. I'll tell you if there's any confusion between this part. What is isotope? Isotope is the one, if I talk about this word iso, iso means same. And Pe means what? Pe means proton. Now, if I talk about this part here, from this name itself, it is clear it is going to have same number of protons. Now, what example can be there? If I talk about the example, it can be protium, deuterium and tritium. Just have a look. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, sorry, just a second. It would be 1, then it would be 2 and it would be 3. Now, let's try to compare this part. If I talk about the number of protons, how we are going to calculate the number of protons? Number of protons, actually you can take directly from the atomic number, right? So, that's true. If I talk about here we can check this part, that is protium, deuterium and tritium, right? So here in this condition you can understand what is going to happen. Here number of protons are same, that means atomic number is same, but mass number is going to be different. In mass number they are different, above 1, right? So here in the similar manner, if I talk about this phosphorus, it doesn't mean that only P32 is there, it might be other numbers as well. That's why we are saying isotope. They are resembling with the same mass number, but atomic numbers are different. Okay, let's move forward with the next question now. Hydrogen bomb is based upon which principle? We have 4 options. 2 of them might be confusing. So can you answer this part? Answer please. Waiting for the answer. Hydrogen bomb is based upon which principle? So we have 4 options here. I know 2 of them are confusing, but what is the correct answer? Waiting for the answer, please. So Akhileshwar is with D, Vikram is with B. Acha, Vikram was B for the previous one. Akhileshwar is with D, Gobinath is with D. Whose answer is left? Madana, you are left. Madana, your answer is left, please. Vikram, Akhileshwar, Gobinath is already here. I am, your answer is also left. So if I'll talk about this hydrogen bomb, see, if I'll talk about this fission, there are 2 processes. One is nuclear fusion and another one is nuclear fission. And we are 100% sure. So when we talk about fusion, that means here what is happening? Here this combination is taking place where we talk about those nucleus part. Here, please remember, if I talk about this nuclear fusion, here one of the example would be hydrogen bomb, and another example is actually your sun. Now from these options it is clear. If I talk about this hydrogen bomb, this means answer will be either controlled nuclear fusion or it would be, controlled nuclear fusion, or it will be uncontrolled nuclear fusion. Here, if I check about these options, please remember the correct answer is going to be uncontrolled nuclear fusion. That is not within our control. And yes, sun, if I talk about sun, there regular this particular process is going on, because of which you are getting that heat energy, which is actually helping you in surviving here. Not only for you, your plants, each and everything which is surviving on the earth is because of that sun. And the fusion process which is going on there is actually uncontrolled nuclear fusion. Okay, so here option number D was the correct answer. Next we have how cations are formed. Very basic question. I guess this everyone can answer. This is from CPO 2017. What is the correct answer? How are cations formed? How are these cations formed? So if you are not aware of these cations, I will be telling you, but I guess everyone is aware of this part here. And it's already more than a month where I am able to contact with you all. So I can even remember the names of you all. So yes, Akhileshwar is the first one to answer, sir. It would be B. Gobinath is also going with B. Very basic question. Madhana is with B. Then who is left? Akhileshwar is done. Vikram is left. Vikram, your answer please. It seems as if I know you all. If you would have been here, I would have given you treat today. Okay, so here everyone is going with B, and that's totally correct. If I talk about this part, that is cations, they are formed by removal of electrons, where the best example is, which we have always discussed, that is Na+. Why is it Na+? Because if I talk about the electronic configuration, the atomic number of Na is 11. So I'll write its configuration in such a manner, 281. And each and every element which is present in periodic table, C can be the answer. Let me check. Addition of proton, cations, protons. No, here the correct answer would be only for this part, that is electrons part, right? So yes, if I talk about this part here, what is happening? Whenever this particular 1, 2, 3, whatever electrons are there in the valence shell, if they are donated, so the number of electrons which are donated, they will give you that sign. If 1 electron is donated, I'll write single plus. If 2 electrons are donated, I'll write 2 plus, and so on. So okay, cations are actually formed by the removal of electrons. So option number B is going to be the correct answer. Next we have atomic number is denoted by which alphabet? Now this is from CPO and it might be confusing. Let's see who can give this answer. Answer please. India, obviously I'll watch. Just after this class, I'll just have a look at the score. If you want, you can just tell it here also. So yes, Madhana is with C, Gobinath is with C, Akhileshwar is with C. Vikram, are you also going with C option? So yes, Vikram, your answer is pending actually. I am only waiting for your answer, then I'll go. See, yeah, totally correct. If I talk about these particular denotions, we know that A is for what? If I talk about this A, it is actually your mass number. If I talk about this Z, this is actually your atomic number. Now, if I talk about this mass number, how I'm going to get this mass? So here for calculating the mass, we actually add number of protons and number of neutrons. I guess everyone is aware of this part, that whenever we are talking about any of the atom, if I talk about any of the atom, in center we have those nucleons and outside we have electrons that are revolving. Now if I talk about this part, that is nucleons, do you know nucleons consist of what? Can you answer this part? Nucleons is consisting of what? What is actually nucleon? So let's see who can answer this. Sorry. Can you answer this? What is actually nucleon? I want the answer from everyone. Waiting, please. No one. It's the basic question. But since we are giving examination, it may be asked, and it is asked already. Not in CHSL, but it is asked in CGL. But we must be aware of. Yes, can you answer this part? What are nucleons? Very good, Madhana. Totally correct. Madhana is the first one to answer this, and it's very good that you have answered this. Please remember, when we talk about this part, this is nucleus. And inside the nucleus, we have nucleons. So, nucleons is the term which is given for the combination of protons and neutrons. So, this is actually asked in the examination, but it is from CGL. But we must be aware of those questions can be asked here also, right? So, Akleshwar, Gobinath, Madhana, Vikram, you all were correct. Here, please remember, protons and neutrons combination is actually known as nucleons. If I talk about atomic number, so atomic number is equal to the number of protons and number of electrons, right? Okay, so we are aware of all these things now. Let's move forward. The main cause of air pollution in big cities is what? Now, this is from Steno 2012. Is it wastewater, suspended particles, combustion of fossil fuels, or thermal power plant? What can be its answer? The main cause of air pollution in big cities. So this is from Steno 2012. Is it wastewater, suspended particles, combustion of fossil fuels, or thermal power plants? What will be the correct answer here? Answer please. So Gobinath is going with A. Sorry, Gobinath is going with B. Akleshwar is also with B. Madhana is with B. Great. Who's left? Vikram is left. Vikram, you answer please. Then I'll move forward. So Gobinath, Akleshwar, Madhana, all of you are going with B. Vikram, are you also going with them, or you have some other answer? Remember, when we are talking about big cities, obviously we'll talk about factories over there, right? And from factories, we have several gases and all those things which are released in air. We can talk about aerosols over there. There's a word, there's a term, aerosols. You must remember this word as well. In the examination, this word may be asked. Vikram is going with combustion of fossil fuel. See, obviously, there would be the combustion of fossil fuel, no doubt. But if I talk about the major cause is actually the suspended particulate matters or suspended particles which are released. So, suspended particles which are released are the leading source of this air pollution. So, if I talk about these four options, so here option number B, that is suspended particles, will be the correct answer. Okay, so let's move forward to the next question. Name the catalyst used in the conversion from milk into curd. Now, even if you're not aware of this answer, you can even use those mnemonics and all. So that would, okay, Vikram, cool. So yes, what I was saying, if I talk about the catalyst, what is catalyst? Catalyst is the one which helps in increasing the rate of reaction. Remember the definition we used to study in 6th and 7th standard. So yes, catalyst is the one which is used to increase the rate of reaction. But even if you are not aware of this part, just seeing this part, milk into curd, just having a look at the option also, you can give this answer. And yes, you all are correct. So Madhana, Vikram, Gobinath, Akleshwar, awesome. Here, just try to relate the word lactase. So lactase is a catalyst which is used in the conversion from milk into curd. If I'll talk about that bacteria, that is lactobacillus bacteria. If I'll talk about the acid which is present in milk, that is lactic acid, right? Okay. So here we have option number C as the correct answer. Next we have the addition of gypsum to Portland cement helps in what? Now let me tell you, this question is from CGL but has full chances of coming in your examination. So I'll write here also. This is from CGL. I don't remember its year. Maybe it was 2016 or so. But since I'm not sure, that's why I'm not writing. But this is from CGL, that's for sure. Year I don't remember. But the question is, the addition of gypsum to Portland cement helps in what? And yes, again, a good question. And you may be wrong in one go, maybe. Now, maybe word is used because, yes, Akhileshwar has already typed the answer and told me, sir, it would be helping in prevention from rapid settling. Okay. Vikram is going with D. So that is, it will be helping in the reduction in the cost of cement. Okay. Madhana is going with D. Sir, it will be helping in the reduction of the cost of cement. So we have two options that are coming. Akileshwar is going with C and Madhana and Vikram are going with D. Gobinath is left. Gobinath, your answer please, so that I can explain this part. And one hint which I can give, it is not actually applicable in the examination. In examination, this hint is not applicable. But right now, just think what I'm teaching. I'm teaching you science. In science, do you think I'll be talking about money? No, I'm not teaching economics over here, right? So just think about this scenario only for this case, only for today, not for the main examination, because in main examination, whole of that GK will be coming. But right now, since we are talking about science, we are not talking about money. So this means here economics logic is not going to come. So obviously I can eliminate option D just for this session, not for the main examination. So now let's see. Gobinath is going with C. So Vikram, Madhana, do you want to change your option? I'm just giving you hint. You want to change your option? Or we can go with D also. Maybe. It may be the correct answer because I'm preparing you for the main examination. So yes, Vikram, Madhana, want to change your answer? I'll just give you 15 more seconds, 15 more seconds to change your answer. No? The thing is, even I'm getting your comments quite late, so they are not real-time comments actually. So Gobinath is with C, Akileshwar is with C, Vikram and Madhana were with D. Okay, now let me explain. When gypsum is actually added to Portland cement, what happens if I use that cement? It will settle as soon as you use it. So Madhana is going with option B. So it will be helping in the rapid settling of the cement. Okay. Now, why I wanted to change this answer? Because I wanted someone to give this answer. Actually, in all the teaching platforms, not only example, wherever I've used this question, one of the answer which I have received is this one. And I wanted this answer so that I can answer this now in the better manner. Just try to think about it. If I am using this particular brick, and what I'm doing, I'm just applying cement over here. Just think about that scenario. I've just applied a cement over here. Now, if I want to put another brick above it, so I want that it must not settle in the super fast manner. If it will settle in the super fast manner, what will happen? Before putting this brick only, it will actually what? It will actually settle. Since it will settle, it would be difficult to put this brick over here, right? So what I'll do, I want to just increase the timing of the settlement. Since I want option B and C is completely opposite, so we can judge either of the two. Yeah, that's true. So there's a probability. This is another thing. That's true. If I want to go with these options, I can actually check. If two of the options are there totally opposite of each other, it has the maximum chance of being correct. Okay, I'll come back to my point. So what happens if I directly use Portland cement? It will rapidly settle over there. It will rapidly settle. That means in Hindi I'll use the term एकदम से जम जाएगा. So if I want this particular part कि एकदम से ना जमे, that is I don't want its rapid settlement, I will be adding gypsum over there. So got my point? So Madhana and all the others, please remember this part. Gypsum is added. Why? In order to increase the timing or to prevent rapid settling of the cement. And that's why options number C will be correct. And it's good. Thank you, Madhana, for giving B option. So I have explained it in that manner which I wanted. So thank you, Madhana, for the same. And yes, Gobinath, Vikram, Akileshwar, got this point? Very good. Did your answers are correct? So addition of gypsum to the Portland cement helps in the prevention of rapid settling of the cement. Now, if I talk about the formula of this gypsum, it is CaSO4.2H2O. Okay then. So this was the question. Let's move forward with the next question now. Toxicology is related with the study of what? Now this is from CPO 2006. Toxicology is the study of what? Toxicology. Sometimes what happens na, even if you are not aware of this question, sometimes from the answer you can get the correct one. Even from the question also, if I'll check about this, if I'll just check this name, logy is derived from logos word, logos, which means study, right? And if I'll talk about this toxic, so from toxic nature I can understand, where will I get this toxic nature? Obviously, Madhana, you're totally correct. Madhana, Vikram, Akileshwar, Gobinath, you all are correct. If I'll talk about toxic nature, this means we are talking about poison, right? So here, this poison is related to what? Toxic nature. So yes, Here, poisons would be the correct answer. So, toxicology is related to the study of poisons. If I talk about the study of virus, do you know what is the study of virus? All these questions are asked in the examination. Virus. If I talk about virus, it is virology. So, logy is the word, that means study of virus. If I talk about bacteria, so it would be bacteriology. That is, logy means what? Study of what? Bacteria. Similarly, if I talk about diseases, so you can talk about pathology over here. Pathology. Okay, so I guess all these things are clear now. If these things are clear, now what we'll do, we'll meet in the next session. In the evening, we'll be having the session of CGL part. Yeah, very good, Madhna. Vikram, great. So in the evening, we will be having CGL session, that is mixed question of the science between 4 to 5. So in the evening between 4 to 5, we will be meeting with the CGL questions of previous year questions, previous year questions relating to the CGL part. Okay. So bye-bye everyone. Please take care. We'll meet at 4. Okay. So take care, and in case you have any doubt, comment section is always there for you. And every day we are meeting between 12 to 1 for the different SSC examination, and specifically for CGL between 4 to 5. Okay, Vikram. Bye-bye. Please take care.